This is Heavy Conversation with Bruce and Jody, a podcast where we talk about being a big guy in today's world. I'm Bruce. And I'm Jody. Here we go.
All right, here we go. All right, here we go.
Hey, Bruce.
Jody, hello.
How's it going over there?
Well, you know, it's a little colder than it.
Yeah, your face is a little bare there.
Yeah, so
Or not bare? I don't know.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's I'm at that in between stage. So I'll tell you my sad story here that I was trying to trim my beard and I got a little out of control. I started trimming and I kept cutting it shorter and shorter, and then I realized that I cut it so short that it started to look really patchy. And so
yeah.
I went out to my wife and I was like, "Can I do anything to fix this?" And she's like, "No." And so I went back in and I just shaved it all off. And you know, I haven't shaved like all of my facial hair off in a decade. So, you know, and I know like you did that a few months ago as well, and you know, kind of a reboot. And so it's been nice to see all my chins and kind of understand what's going on there.
Yeah.
You know, but now
Those are always a surprise. They're like,
they
where do they come out of hiding? What happened?
Right. And so it's been, you know, it's been about 2 weeks since I did it, and it started to, you know, I'm at that like dirt bag phase where it's, you know, it's not,
A really long weekend or
right.
something.
Yes. It's not grown in enough to be a real beard yet, but it's enough to look like that guy needs to do something about it.
It looks like you got a little schmutz on your chin there.
Yes, exactly. And it was so weird watching it grow back that it really like defined my actual chin where it was just like darker here. It was so weird. So weird. You just, you know, after a decade or so of not doing it, it's interesting. Now I'm used to it and I like it more than I did. So
Okay.
you know, I'm gonna find this happy medium. It's gonna be somewhere between like Mountain Man and uh Totally Bear. I think
Okay. Wow, that's a big range.
it
Yep.
is. It is. I think
Grizzly Adams or I
yeah,
don't know.
right,
The
right.
other opposite end is
Yeah, or fresh-faced young
yeah.
somebody. Well, I feel like I want to make sure that my beard is at a point that it's not going to be super long. I like having it more under control. I do like having a beard. This has reminded me, which I have to do every decade or so. It reminds me that I do like having the beard, and I'm ready for it to come back. But
Yeah.
I recommend anybody, you know, if you're on the fence, if this is something you're considering, give it a try. I mean, you know, it's going to grow back. So,
Yeah, I mean, now's a perfect time to shave it off and reboot.
right.
Like, gotta wear a mask in public anyways, so you'll cover it up, whatever weirdness is going on. So yeah,
Exactly.
that's how I felt. Like my beard was just getting so long, and with the masks on, that I was like, you know what? Let's just take it pretty much. I don't think I shaved all the way down, but I clippered it pretty much
Right.
non-existent. So yeah.
Well, you bring up a really good point. The wearing face masks is so much easier when you
Yep.
don't have a beard. Like, you know, and I had to travel a little, and I had to double mask, and so
Yep.
you know, I could actually fit my entire face in there and not have the beard hanging out looking crazy or anything like that. So, yeah. So
That's a
there are,
bonus.
yeah, pluses and minuses to the whole thing, you know.
Well, today, did you want to do some news before we talk about what we're going to talk about, or?
Yeah. I think we can hop in with a small piece of news.
Sure.
Yeah, a lot of people are probably aware of this by this point, but uh, last week, Levi's and Target launched a collaboration. So you know how Target does a lot of different kinds of brand collaborations with everybody. I mean, it runs the spectrum. They've done it for
Yep.
years, and they're known for it, and the things sell out really quickly. Well, they did one with Levi's. It's the Levi's and Target uh, collaboration,
Yeah.
basically, and it's got a lot of really cool stuff. It's not just clothing, so it's home products, clothing, accessories, even things for your pet.
I know they have some fun stuff for your dog or
Yes.
your pet, whatever. Yeah.
Right. So, uh, pillows and throws. I mean, all kinds of stuff. So it's an interesting collaboration. And the cool thing about the clothing is that they do have big and tall sizes, and some of the products go up to 6XL. So
Nice.
They were thoughtful on this. Now, I will say that there aren't a ton of clothing pieces. You're going to find uh, there's a big and tall denim trucker jacket. There's out of nowhere pajama set, basically pajama pants,
Yep.
or an entire set. They've got in big and tall. They have a robe. So if you've been wanting to rock the robe, they have robes. So you
Hmm.
can do all of these things. Now, I felt like the pajamas and the robes. I mean, I guess I get it for the world that we're in today, but
Yeah. Yeah.
it doesn't feel to me like a Levi's thing.
Hmm.
But I have not tried it, so I can't knock it. So, you know, it's a thing. There are a few of those things to look at. It's definitely worth it, especially if you like the Target collaborations. If you shop at Target, I would say get in on it while you can, because I would
Yeah. It,
imagine the
it won't
stuff
be
will go
around
quick.
long.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. There's lots of home goods, like decorating. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lots of cool stuff.
Yeah, so it is nice to see them. I've written about Target collaborations in the past where they haven't paid any attention to big and tall. So it's nice to see them think about that and actually do something here.
Hmm. Yeah.
So
Hopefully, I'm sure it'll. I know it'll do well. So hopefully they'll do another one and maybe do a little bit more clothing than
yes,
just home goods and stuff. But
absolutely. So
nice
yeah,
to stock up on home good stuff while we're all home all the time.
right, right. So check it out at Target or on their website. You can also go to Chubster.com. I put together a list of some of the things that I liked out of the collaboration. Obviously, the big and tall stuff, but you can go through and see what else is in there.
Nice.
So this week,
Yeah, so we're going to talk about spring fashion. So we got some fun stuff for y'all. We're going to talk about. Um, it's not a lot has changed. We're still doing some of the quarantine stuff. Some of the places are starting to open up a little bit more. Some more people are getting vaccinated, so we can start maybe expanding our circles a little bit. But whatever you're comfortable with doing in that, or just getting outside now that it's nice out. I mean, right now in Portland, it's a great sunny day, and I'm hoping to get out there after this and go for a walk or something. So,
well,
yeah,
that's
just spring 2021.
yes, that's totally the thing. Is that a few weeks ago it was like snowy and horrible
Yeah.
all across the country. So now it's bright, it's beautiful, and we need something positive to think about. So that's the great thing about this is spring. It's not quite here, but it's close enough that we can start planning
Hmm.
and dreaming and doing all that kind of stuff. So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Start figuring out what are the trends, what are people wearing, what's available in your size, where to get it, all that kind of stuff. You can kind of plan it out now, and
yes,
then when you're comfortable, or you can order it from home, and yeah, it'll be nice.
absolutely. So before we jump in, probably beer time, right?
Yeah, I mean, always.
Always, always beer time.
Mm. Already
Yes,
opened mine.
yes. As did I, and I'm ready to talk about this one, Jody.
All right, what do you got for us, Bruce?
All right, so I have a beer called Bottom Cutter. Let's see, Imperial IPA. Now, it comes from
Okay.
Bale Breaker Brewing Company, and it is somewhere in the Yakima. Yeah, there we go. Yakima. Yes, it says the Yakima Valley, so I guess Yakima,
Yakima.
Washington. There we go. Fair enough. Uh, this beer is a beast. Let me take a sip here, and you know. Oh yeah, this is
Yeah, you made quite a face
it's
with
got a
it.
kick. It Oh well, there we go. There we go. It has
It has
more than a
100
kick.
IBU.
Yes. 8.2%,
That explains that.
and it is
Hmm.
let's see. Their brewery, it says, is in a unique location for a brewery. It is on their family's hop farm in the heart of America's hop country. So, yeah, so there we go. The can doesn't say much more about it.
Oh, nice.
It's intense. It does taste kind of fresh and kind of, you know, it's good. I don't know that this is one that I would drink on a regular basis.
Hmm.
I would say this is one that I would probably enjoy, once or twice, and I'm
Okay.
good with it.
Yeah, it says this Imperial IPA is brewed to finish dry, perfect for the combination of Citra, Simcoe, and Equinox hops, as the bottom cutter is a tractor that leads the top cutter through the fields during harvest. This beer will lead to a new appreciation of our valley's
Oh,
hops.
well, it is dry. I definitely get that, and it's very hoppy. So if that's your
Hmm.
jam, then this is a beer that you should definitely try.
That's my jam.
Yes,
That's not my personal jam, but yeah, not mine.
not yours. What do you have this week?
I have, well, as you can, if you are watching the video, you see I'm in a different location. So I'm in a new apartment. And to kind of celebrate that,
Oh,
there's a brewery literally
nice.
like the next block over, which is going to be my home away from home already. I've been there
Ooh,
twice.
nice.
It's Stormbreaker Brewing, and it's the Mississippi Red, the dry hopped red ale. Um, yeah, in homage to the street we call home, and now that I call home, the Citra Dry Hopped Red gives the appearance of an IPA on the nose, with hop apparent
Ooh.
on the palate, but balanced with caramel flavors and a smooth finish. This is probably going to be one of my new favorites. It's really nice.
Yeah, that's nice. And that's awesome that you live in a pretty cool neighborhood in Portland where there's a lot of stuff going on and obviously a brewery down the street,
Yep,
a
yep,
block away, but you've got lots of restaurants, lots of when they open up again, clubs.
yep.
I know there's a great comic book shop that I love that's right there.
Hmm.
All
Hmm.
kinds of
Hmm.
good stuff, and you're kind of close to everything. It's a really cool area.
Yeah, I'm
So
pretty excited. There's a couple breweries around, and what was that Prost or something is like up the street that you were talking about?
yes,
So
yes.
I still there are always like a line of people waiting to like get stuff or whatever. So
They have
I haven't gone there yet.
great German beer that they do in the giant
Hmm.
mason jars if you want to get it to go.
Oh, that's
So,
right. That's right. Yep.
yes. So it's well worth it. You're in a good place and a food cart pod over there too. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
I've been there a bunch of times already too.
Yes, perfect. So,
Yeah, this
nice.
is so my Mississippi Red is a 5.8 ABV and a 29 IBU, kind of perfect for me. Yeah,
Oh
the
yeah.
that balance of the caramel flavors really is nice with the hops, so it's
Hmm.
still kind of hoppy, but nice and a hoppy red.
Very nice. Well, good.
It looks like a blood in the streets on this
It kind of
can.
does. That's frightening.
That's weird. I was like, oh,
Yes. There you go. Halloween beer. All right, spring styles. So we should probably just at the top here just say that since we are still mostly home, mostly things are you're not going into places and sitting down for the most part. A lot of what you're seeing for spring is going to be comfortable stuff. A lot of kind of the continuation of the last few seasons, just more
hmm,
appropriate to the weather.
yeah.
So,
Um, I think maybe I can start with the like we're gonna do see a lot of active wear
mm,
again for spring, with like performance fabrics, the moisture wicking, all that kind of stuff, which is really great for big guys, big bodies to kind of get that sweat away,
mhm.
for when you're starting to get more active and out and about or just hanging out watching the game on the couch, whatever. So lots of performance fabrics, whether it's still some fleece or some, like sweatpants, that kind of thing, or whether it's more like joggers, lighter weight stuff. Lots of t-shirts, performance t-shirts too, versatile t-shirts. I think it's going to be, I don't know. I'm really excited about some more like that mixture of performance athletic wear and making it look more. I think you had said making it look more like actual jeans or pants or something.
Classy.
Yeah,
Right.
so it doesn't look like you're wearing, jogging pants or whatever. So
Right.
kind of that versatile where you can kind of go back and forth, if you go on your lunch break and go for a walk or something, or whatever, that you still look like you're dressed as an adult, you're not wearing pajama bottoms or whatever out on the street. So,
True.
yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Very, very, very important that we've had our time to kind of wear those pajama bottoms kind of look and just have all the to be a little schlubby. And now a lot of brands are starting to kind of step it up and pull things together. So you'll start to see more of that. That's a great thing.
Hmm. Hmm.
If you can be comfortable and look great, you know, Hey, there we go.
Yeah. I mean, and a lot of brands are doing the joggers, Reebok or Nike or
Hmm.
whatever. I'm sure you can get them at Target in big sizes too.
Oh yeah.
Joggers are kind of everybody's favorite thing. They're really comfy, and like I said, they're getting like pockets like jeans. They look decent, um, but depending on your the size of your calves, all that kind of stuff. Sometimes some joggers there'll be a little wiggle room. You got to find the right ones that'll fit just right over your calves. But I think they're really fun, easy to throw on to go run an errand or go for a walk, or if you're able to venture out to a brewery and sit out on the patio like I
Yes,
did, you can definitely do that as well.
absolutely. And this is spring style, so we're not jumping right into shorts and warm weather kind of stuff.
Hmm.
It's
Hmm.
warmer weather kind of stuff.
Warmer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So a lot of the things that that we're seeing out there, you're still looking at jackets and
Hmm.
there's nothing wrong with grabbing some beanies and kind of doing that sort of thing. One thing that I've seen that I'll say honestly, I see every year. So I don't think this is actually a new trend, but the bomber jacket is back
Oh, yep.
apparently. Uh,
I think those are a classic always kind of
right,
thing.
right,
Yeah.
right. And yeah, when it comes to a lot of those jackets, I also saw another thing talking about how denim is back. Well, denim never went away, my friends.
It
I
never
mean,
goes away.
maybe you might not be wearing your denim jeans or your denim jacket as much
Yeah.
as you did in 2019 or before that, but having that stuff, that's always going to be a thing. So, definitely check that out. I mean, whether you look at like the Levi's and Target collaboration, like we talked about earlier, or I mean DXL, everybody has a leather jacket. They're gonna be a little more tailored. They're gonna
Mhm.
fit a little better, and there you go. So don't be afraid to get some of those things. I think that comfort is still going to be paramount, and I think that you can supplement, instead of just leaning all the way into comfort, you can focus on color. You can try
Mhm.
different things that way, and that will add a little something. I feel like, and you've actually said this a lot, Jody, since we've been in going through the pandemic, is that this is the time to try new things and to test.
Mhm.
I mean, shave your face, get rid of your
Yeah.
beard,
Yeah.
try new clothes, just see what different styles kind of work for you. And I absolutely wholeheartedly agree with that. I think
Mhm.
there's a lot to be said for doing that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because I mean, we're not around other people as much, so you can try out the joggers or
Mm.
try out the crazy colored shirt or the shave your beard thing.
Yes.
Whatever thing you need to try, it's a perfect time to do that. Um, you know, you don't have to go completely change your entire look, your entire wardrobe. Just
Hmm.
adding or subtracting things here and there will definitely ease your transition into something a little bit more stylish, a little bit more comfortable. Um, but yeah, it's a great time to start experimenting while we still, it gives you something to do as well,
It
like
does.
something to kind of focus on outside of everything else that's going on in the world. It seems like my world seems to be calming down a little bit. There's not daily news of apocalypse and
Right.
everything, disasters everywhere. So, it's getting better.
Yes. Little by little, for sure. Yeah. Another trend that I've seen making the rounds this year that is relatively, maybe not new, but it's coming back, is utility. So,
Oh yeah.
uh, so you're going to see more like cargo pants, cargo shorts, a lot of those things that uh, you've probably heard about staying away from for the most part, or that kind of fell out of style in the last few years. Some of that stuff is starting to come back.
Hmm.
A little different from what it was when you were wearing it in 2006 or 2005 or whatever,
Yeah.
but that a little more tailored, better put together. But
Hmm.
but you can't go wrong with pockets. So
Yeah.
keep an eye out for that kind of stuff. You're going to see
Yeah.
more
I
of that.
mean, I haven't been a huge fan of like cargo shorts, but I mean, I sell a ton of them.
Mm,
They're very useful when but Yeah, and we have lots of cargo pants, and they're just comfy, and they do. If you're out on a hike or going somewhere, they're useful. Yeah,
Right.
but
Absolutely.
even those like jackets and stuff that are a little bit more techy and utilitarian and whatever, like you get multiple uses out of things, and I think that's really important as well. Like think about not a one specific thing that you'll do, but like how many how many different activities can I do with this jacket or pants or whatever it is,
Absolutely.
get more use out of it. That's why the activewear I think is going to be a big thing again this year.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's I can see myself doing a lot more active wear kind of going through most of the year, but I am also going to start kind of shaking up my wardrobe a little more because I love
Okay.
the active wear and that's my day-to-day kind of thing, but
Hmm.
I also feel like I miss being able to dress up, being able to put together a look that is not just
Hmm.
focused on comfort and hanging around the house. Now, I might be wearing this new look that I put together around the house, but
Yep.
it just I forget you forget how much that makes a difference. Just getting dressed and putting together a look and feeling good about it just makes a big difference. It really
Hmm.
does.
And going along with the activewear, getting a good pair of sneakers or
Mm,
shoes is really important. With the weather warming up, we can get out of the boots and all the waterproof, weather resistant stuff. So a good, I really like Skechers or Reebok or whatever. Like I like a
mhm.
lot of the more mesh, so it gives my feet some breathing, a lot more air, I guess,
Yes. Yes.
because I get pretty warm when I'm out doing any sort of activities or running around doing errands and stuff. So just some walking shoes are really nice, but it has that like mesh over the toe area. You
Oh
can
yeah.
still, I mean, especially here in the Pacific Northwest, I still like some sort of weatherproofing stuff, but maybe not quite as heavy duty as like a boot anymore.
Right. Right. Yeah, yeah. I mean, there are a lot of different options for footwear. I'm in the market for some new sneakers and
Okay.
ready to get into something that's lightweight, that's good for every day. But I also need to get some running shoes, so I'm going to be
Okay.
looking for some of those. I've heard some good things about the latest Ultra Boosts. So from
Yep.
Adidas,
Yep.
I know I had the I think the 2019 Ultra Boosts, and they were fine. They were a little slim in the foot, but I've heard that the new ones are a little wider. So I'm gonna check that out and hope for the best.
Yeah.
Basically,
Those are definitely a good running shoe. That's right.
yeah, yeah. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
I haven't actually ever owned a pair, but I know a couple coworkers have gotten those. They've ordered those, so they definitely like them.
I love the way that they like the support that they offer and kind of the bounce and uh when I would be out running around in those or going for a walk or whatever. I mean, I love the way that they felt. It was just like the support was there. They were just I have a very wide foot, so uh they weren't wide enough for me was really the thing. And of course that was the uh from 2 years ago. So we'll see. They have so many different kinds that
Oh
are
yeah,
pretty interesting, and that's
they have some really kind of funky ones and
mm,
like really good color combinations, and then just classic, black, white, whatever, gray,
definitely.
you know.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
cool.
So another thing to think about that always comes up is what about colors? What are we going to see more of as we go into this new season? So there's a lot out there. There's a lot that I've been seeing people talking about, and one of the things that I'm seeing is kind of like brighter earthy tones, so like
Hmm.
warmer browns or tans or greens, just some colors that you probably have in your wardrobe already but just like boosted, enhanced and taken up a bit so they stand out in a way because like I said, that's one of the ways that you're going to be able to change up your look a little. Is maybe you're wearing activewear all the time and you're wearing this comfortable stuff. Well, finding clothes that are a little brighter, that have different colors to them, is going to be important. And so this is a really easy way. These brighter earth tones. That's an easy uh, that's an easy on ramp to kind of amping up your style if you're not willing to really get out there and try anything crazy. We're also going to see pastels apparently.
Hmm.
So
I've
that.
seen a lot of like more neon-y than necessarily like Easter color.
Uh-huh.
I'm seeing a lot of neon-y, like pinks and yellows and those colors, but more
Right.
skewed toward the brighter fluorescent-y color,
To really
which I kind
blast
of
you.
like. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
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 Like we got a couple shirts, and I was like, I that almost hurts my eye, like trying to like when I see a bunch of them, I'm like, there's. But I like it better than the more pastel, like
Yes. Right.
Easter Sunday going to church kind of colors, personally. But
Right. Yeah.
other than wearing it on Easter, I wouldn't wear those pastel-y colors as much.
Very true. And so there are interesting ways to approach that, and that's definitely what you're looking for. I really feel like integrating bright colors into your wardrobe is where it's at this year.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
that is definitely something that you want to look at, whether it's with your tops, or or your joggers, or even just your shoes. I mean, there are
Hmm.
a lot of options for really bright, awesome standout shoes, and that's a place where, as a bigger person, if you are uncomfortable with taking with covering your body in a
Yeah.
bright color, do it with your shoes, do it with an
Hmm.
accessory.
Hmm.
There you go.
Yeah, definitely.
Nice.
Well, I want to do a little bit of a switch to more of the like work from home kind of style. What is that gonna kind of look like?
Mm,
Because working from home is kind of the a way of life for so many people now, or at least part time working from home. Athleisure is still kind of a component of this working from home as well, but
mm.
also mixing some a little bit more button ups in it, or the occasional sport coat or sweater in, for maybe a Zoom meeting or whatever conference calls kind of thing you need to be on. But it's definitely going to be a lot more relaxed. Maybe not suits head to toe, but a mix of professionalism and comfort. I think is a key thing. So trying to
Yes,
keep it a little bit more professional, but it's still going to be comfortable, and that's for sure.
I like that. I think that's it's key. Make sure that you are able to put together some looks that are a little more tailored, and if you're able to do that, you're going to feel good about it. It's not you're not having to put on a three-piece suit to go and do your Zoom meeting, but you can you can dress up a little bit more and you can feel good about it. And it's not just a style thing, but it's also like a mental thing. It just makes such a difference when you get up, you put something on, you feel good in it, even if you're just going from your bed to a
Yep.
desk to do some work. So,
Yeah, it definitely puts me in a mind frame of like when I would wear the suit, it's like, okay, I'm in my work, like I get in, it's like a armor almost, like you're putting on your work gear, getting ready to go. So having some sort of differentiation of what you wear just at home relaxing, and then what you wear when you're working.
yes.
Also, kind of goes along with like having a dedicated work area for me.
Mm,
Also helps when I'm like trying to focus and get work done. Than when I'm just like surfing and doing playing around watching Netflix or whatever YouTube videos.
right.
Like I have to kind of have those differentiations for myself.
Hmm.
So having, whether you change out of your joggers that you're normally wearing into a pair of jeans, maybe,
Right.
or, you put on, you have your bright fluorescent t-shirt on, but then you can put on a button up over it, or you could throw on a sport coat over it or something like that, just to kind of amp up the professional look to it. I think is a thing that we need to kind of emphasize a little bit, just kind of show
Without
that
a
you're
doubt.
putting in an effort on those calls a little bit more.
Yes. Yes.
Don't get too comfortable.
Right, right. The hope is, fingers crossed, that this time next year we're not doing all of this and we can get back
Hmm.
to kind
Hmm.
of business as usual, or at least style as usual, I guess.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
if that's the case, this is a good baby step toward that. So
Hmm.
there you go.
Yeah. Um, I don't know that there's a lot of things to talk about. Just, button ups are going to be a big thing, a lot more short sleeve, brighter colors with those, brighter neon things that I keep seeing.
Hmm.
Maybe now that I've seen it, I kind of, everywhere I look, I'm seeing the neon colors.
Right.
But it's still, sweatshirts, joggers, a lot of the athleisure, but even maybe some chinos or some khakis and
Yes.
um, all that kind of stuff. And being able to, like we said, it's still spring, it's not summer. So
Hmm.
a sweater or something for when it does still, it's going to dip down again before we get into summer. So,
It will. So yeah, make sure you're prepared. And yeah, definitely chinos and uh pants. You're always going to need those. And I am an evangelist for the bonobos chinos, because
oh,
they're
yeah.
they're phenomenal. They fit well, they stretch, they look great. They are everything that I want in a pant. So I can't recommend them enough. I know that they still have inventory that goes to 54 waist. They're My understanding is that they're working through all of that and selling off the rest of that inventory. I believe they're going to later this year. Once they get through that inventory, they'll be down to 48 waist for the high
Okay.
end of what they offer there. Still worth a look. And if you can fit into that, I definitely recommend them. I have always loved what they do as far as that stuff goes.
Hmm.
It's having being a bigger guy and finding like a modern looking pant is not always easy, especially a chino. And
Yeah.
there are a lot of brands that make them that don't always get it right. So it's when you find one that
Hmm.
does, you hold on to it for dear life. So
Yep. Yeah.
yes.
I mean, everyone kind of likes a different cut on the legs and whatnot.
Hmm.
Trying to get a little bit more modern cut that are a little bit more tapered. Um, yeah, it's all kind of personal preference. Like with denim, even there's so many new cuts and fits out there. A lot of stretch fabrics and everything. That's going to kind of be a standard for big and tall stuff. I think now
Right.
for any type of pants or jeans or whatever. There's lots of stretch in there, so definitely go out there and give them a try, or order a couple different sizes, try them on. You
Yes.
know, do that experimentation of you never worn jeans before in your life. Well, go give them a try and try out some chinos or some khakis.
Yes.
You can still be comfy and professional for whether it's work or maybe going out to dinner if you can, or whatever activities you got planned coming
Right.
up.
Yeah, and one of the things that I am seeing, at least in mainstream sizes, regarding pants, is that they're starting to do some pants that are a little not baggier, but have bigger legs.
Hmm.
Um, I'm not sure that we're going to be able to find a bunch of that right now in big and tall, because you know how we're always kind of playing catch up with a lot of that. But I have started to see some of that kind of going around. That's where things are headed. So we're seeing more of that in uh, you know mainstream. I do my air quotes here. Mainstream sizes. So it's probably just a matter of time before we start to see uh, that get into the extended size game as
Hmm.
well.
Hmm.
So, and I'm down with that. A little extra room. The great thing is they still look like they've put a little thought into fit with some of that stuff. So we'll see where it goes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
awesome. Well, as always, I will say one last little thing. Um, Getting your basics refreshed, your socks and underwear, t-shirts, that kind of thing is always really important. Um, you can head to bearskin.com. We now have
Yes.
socks as well, and I
Ooh.
wear a size 13 shoe, and they're comfy socks. I'm not wearing any socks right now, but they're really comfy. Got lots of new underwear out there, so you can definitely stock up on all of that stuff. Um, but yeah, the basics are, socks, underwear, t-shirts are always important to refresh as well throughout the year.
Nice.
Those dingy white undershirts need to get refreshed or whatever. So definitely do that as well.
Awesome. Well, great. Yeah, you can't go wrong with socks for sure. So definitely check that out.
I love having new socks. And ours have even a little bit of extra cushion on the bottom.
Ooh, nice.
Which I really like because I'm on my feet a lot. So the socks are important too. When your socks are worn out, your feet kind of start hurting too. So
perfect.
All right. Well, thanks, Bruce.
Yeah, there we go. Hopefully this helps anybody who's thinking, what am I going to wear for spring? Well, now you got some ideas, some trends, some different things that might work for you. Tell us what you're thinking. Do you care about spring style this year? Is this a thing that is even on your mind right now? You let us know. We are at Heavy Convo on all of your favorite social networks. So be sure to let us know and tell us what you are wearing for spring.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to Heavy Conversation. Be sure to like and subscribe on iTunes or wherever you get your podcast.